Welcome to HTML5. I am Eddimax and I will talk about the root element and the document metadata. The HTML element represents the root of an HTML document. A lang attribute on the root HTML element gives the document's language. Document metadata. The head element is a container for all the head elements. The title element represents the document's title or name. The title element defines a title in the browser toolbar, provides a title for the page when someone adds your page in Bookmarks, display a title for the page in search engine. The title tag is supported in all major browsers. The base element represents the base URL target for all relative URLs in a document. There must be no more than one base element. Let's make a link and add relative URL. Inside head, add the base element, give absolute URL. For example, I will use yahoo.com webpage. If I click on this link, it will automatically open a Yahoo page. A base element, if it has an href attribute, must come before any other element, so that other element in the head section use the information from the base element. The base element is supported in all major browsers. The link element allows the relationship between a document and the other resource. The link element is an empty element, it contains attributes only. Href lang attributes specify the language of the text in the linked document. Relative attribute specify the relationship between the current document and the linked document. Type attribute specify the main type of the linked document. And href attributes specify the location of the link document. Each link created for a link element is handled separately. For instance, if there are two link elements with rel style sheets, they are each counted as a separate external resource, and each is affected by its own attribute independently. The metadata element represents various kinds of the metadata that cannot be expressed using title, base, link, style and the script elements. For example, in my country we use letters like this. And if I go save and launch in browsers, I will find out some weird symbol. In the meta element we have attribute called charset. It represents the charset encode for the HTML document. And if I go again save and refresh my web browser, now I will see my letter. The HTTP EQ provides an HTTP header for information value of the content attribute. Now what we make is our HTTP EQ is the attribute with refresh and with attribute of content, which is the value of 60. That means that my web page will be refreshed every 60 seconds. Name represents a name for the metadata. The keywords, you want to use the keywords for search engine. And in content, you want to enter your keywords. If we make another one, and this time we will enter the description. And in content, we will enter the description of my web page. And for example, author, that people can know who is author of this web page. And in the content, we will enter the name of our authors. The style element is used to represent the style information for a HTML document. So I make some heading and some paragraph. So I wanna style these two. I wanna go save, launch to my browser to see how it looks now. Go to your text editor and let me style this H1 tag and this P tag. You want to open the style element and you want to close the style element. Make a line break and let me style the first H1. And let me style the P tag. Go save refresh. Now we change the style of our heading and our paragraph. Inside the style element, you specify how HTML elements should run in a browser. Each HTML document can contain multiple style elements. Thank you for watching. This is the end of the root element and the document metadata. See you next time.